Hey everybody, welcome to Sean and John. I'm John, and we're going to do another rebroadcast this week, so I hope you liked last week's, or you're going to hate this week's. It's another episode with Cody. This originally aired September 1st, 2014, and it is about his trip to Dimsdale, which is a real-life place, and that is the actual name. September 1st is also the birthday of Dr. Phil. Happy birthday, Dr. Phil.
Anyways, Dimsdale. What a town this shithole is.
Recomendita la sepeldectentistoi anstataŭ ol manĝi vitron estas Sean and John kun Sean kaj Sean.
Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Dooby. Now you. We should just do the whole podcast like that. Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
I'm just gonna go and do Scooby-Doo laughs the whole time. Hey, wait, what was Shaggy's line? John Jinkies.
Let's get high.
Zoinkies. Yes, zoinks.
Zoinks.
What was the last?
I was a
kid
Magic
show?
School Bus fan.
Okay.
Never got into that. I like to zone out and not learn when I watch TV shows. Magic School Bus taught me too much. I was like, nope.
Having fun and learning.
According
this
to
is
my
obscene.
research, the magma in the cancel.
Yeah, I'm going to Ghostbusters, sorry.
See, now that was a good cartoon.
That was a wicked.
That was a
Remember the
great
opening
cartoon.
when all four of them walked down the street like
No,
a
there was
big
the
parade
clothing
and
and they
they're
did the
just
hand
pointing at
thing,
people?
yeah.
I used to do that when I walked to school. Just pointing at random people. People thought it was weird.
Oh, there's that kid with Tourette's.
Yeah, keeps pointing at me. I don't know you.
But I look cool.
Oh, I look cool. I rocked it pretty good.
No one even knows what we're doing right now.
Yeah, all the listeners didn't realize, but I was
These
pointing
visual
at.
cues are really not good.
I wasn't
for us
pointing at you
spoken
guys. I
for
was
the
pointing at
show.
the lamp. And I was pointing at this helmet right here. Why you? By the way, what's with the
I'm still
helmet?
biking.
Oh, you're still biking?
Yeah.
What happened to your sweet ass ride?
Oh, yeah, you guys were riffing on it a couple episodes ago.
Oh,
Your old guy.
what? You
We
listened to
gotta
that? Oh.
Yeah, I did.
Oops.
I was
Reverse.
slightly humored / upset a little bit.
I'm sorry, Cody.
It's all good. That car is gone now.
With
I
all
know.
due respect, and I do mean all due respect, your car's a piece of shit.
It is. It died, so I traded it for a bicycle.
It seems like a fair trade, in my opinion, actually. If you realize how crappy your car is,
Yeah,
I would trade it for a bike.
The best
Even
offer
roller
I
skates.
got was $150 or the bike.
I would have traded for a high five. That's how bad it was. Enjoy the car. See you later. Thank you.
Your problem now. You run off.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of did. I biked off as fast as I could. Like,
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. What am I bike?
Don't look in the trunk. Don't look in the trunk. Don't look in the trunk.
Yeah, this car has no steering wheel.
What are all these big raccoons? Oh shit! He looked in the trunk.
But interesting story about the bike. Yesterday, I
How
was
was it?
painting a garage, and it was a bit of a sketchy neighborhood. It was a very busy can collector neighborhood. Probably like 40 people went by collecting cans while I was painting this.
It's a
fucking garage.
distinct neighborhood. It's the collecting
Yeah.
can district of Vancouver.
I don't know how they
Can-town.
make a living off that little area if so many people are doing it.
Cantown, they have a can-do attitude.
Oh, he
Wow.
went there.
Cracking him out of the ballpark.
So, anyways, my bike was sitting.
And you
between,
can too.
My bike
Alright,
was
go on.
sitting between the garage and the house, and I'm painting the wall, and all of a sudden you hear that clink clink. I was like, that's not me.
I hear a can person.
I look over, and this fucker he's on his bike, holding my bike, riding down the hill with both of them. So I
like
just start fucking booking it for him. I was like, you motherfucker, stop right there.
Were you holding the paint in your hand too? Like paint spilling all over the place? Hey,
And he got to the street, and it's a busy street, and he
With
tries to
people.
turn. He looks behind me because now he knows I'm chasing him. Yeah, and tries to turn, but he like stumbles, and he falls over, and he drops the bike there. But he's still got the bag of paint. So my bike is in the middle of the street. It's kind of sketchy, cars flying down it.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
they do.
gotta get that bag of paint from this little fucker. I take him from the side and just whip him down, scattering his cans all over the fucking street.
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
you delinquent fuck, give me my paint back.
You
I
heard
just take my
screeching
bag
tires
and
and a
go
scream.
Just biking away.
And just walking away as people start screaming, bloody guts everywhere. Somebody call an ambulance.
All of a sudden you're like,
Get
"La,
that
la."
motherfucker, he just killed him. It's like, but my bike.
Better
is
finish
full.
my paint job. If you had one kind of curse that you could put on an enemy, like one thing that you could do to them, what would it be?
They weren't allowed to sleep ever.
Like, no matter what,
would
they
die.
can
No,
sleep.
they could try, and they get tired. They're really tired, but they just
They would
can't-
go mental.
They can't
and
go
then they
into
would
like
die,
a full sleep mode. It's like the
Would
guy
you allow
from
them to sleep?
Machinist.
Would you allow them to sleep for 20 minutes and then they'd
No.
wake up and just like, I just can't.
No sleep at all.
No sleep.
But-
They would
but
eventually
we
die
need
though.
to. They would die. You know what I would
Well,
do?
no, but I'd give them that power.
Oh, so they
so
have
they
the
could
power
still
where
live with it.
They live their whole life and they're always tired,
Yes.
but they don't die
Exhausted.
until they would normally die.
You know what I would do? I would make my enemy's breath always smell like dog shit. You go for a job interview, all of a sudden they smell your breath. You're not getting that job. You go on a first date, good luck. Good luck getting a girlfriend, period.
How strong
matter-
is it?
It's strong. As soon as they say a word, it's like a waft of it. No matter how much gum they chew, or mints, or mouthwash, it never masks dog shit breath.
But are they used to the smell? Because, like, everybody loves their own brand. Are they used to this smell of dog shit?
I don't know if everybody... See, I don't agree.
Every time they breathe out.
Everyone loves their own breath.
Everybody loves their own brand.
I'm not feeling my own breath right now after
No,
those
not
garlic
your
fries.
No, not your own breath. But you got to tell me you've never cut one and been like, yeah.
No, I don't.
No.
Fuck you both, you have.
That's
Everybody-
excrement.
I don't know if you would ever say, yeah, right on. That smells amazing.
I know. See, that smells great.
I'm gonna
Maybe
crop
a
dust this
red
entire
wine,
room.
A little bit of steak and corn.
You know what's funny about farts, too, though?
Everything.
Well, everything.
We're going there, aren't we?
We're going there. This is how intelligent our podcast is. No matter how serious or important anything you do, if you fart during it, you lose all credibility. If Barack Obama was doing a war speech and telling the world that the U.S. is going to war, and middle of this speech he farts, that's all CNN would be talking about, and it would just be like, well,
President
what did
farts.
he say? I'm sorry, I don't even know what he said, but I know he farted. Barack did that, all of a sudden, the Allies, they couldn't back him up. We're not going to war with this guy.
I think it makes things more comfortable.
That's
He can fart on air.
In geopolitics.
Yeah, he farted. I can't do
We
it.
have to go to war now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've got to join Al Qaeda. You farted on air. You know what I would do? I would become really, 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 really
I'm about to fall
I get
asleep,
it.
John.
successful. Like, I become super fucking rich, mega successful, everybody loves me, and then kind of just shove it in their face.
Yeah, but you have to do something to, like, it's dehabilitation to them. You can't just...
That would debilitate
You just
them.
can't grant yourself
They
richness.
can simply
Why not-
ignore you.
You're turning people's heads around, and he's
But
making
that's like-
people...
No, you're trying to
Yeah,
make
it's
yourself
them.
rich.
Yeah,
This is for you.
20 minutes later.
Okay, here's what I do. I'd have them become really,
Poor.
really, really, really successful and super rich and super happy and get married and they have a wonderful life. And then I'd cut their face off and wear it and kill them and then, like, make beautiful love to their wife and pretend to be their kid's dad.
Whoa, should we even be here, Cody?
That was pretty dark.
Yeah.
That was
That's,
I
Well, you
don't
wouldn't
know,
let me have my
John.
first one. I would
You're
have
really,
That's-
really fucked up.
Do you have a story, Cody?
I do. Yes.
All right.
So, yeah, I have a story.
Story number 2.
Yeah, I have been here before, haven't I?
You're our
have been-
first return guest.
And I have to say, I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I have a story today, and I'm actually going to dedicate this to my mother. Because
I hope your mother doesn't listen to this show.
I hope
she
it's an
listened to the
offensive
last
show.
episode, actually. And she got pretty crazy on me about not telling anyone.
Her only
I
response
was like,
is,
Cody,
where did-
you
where did-
should have told me. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Her only
Very
response was,
spontaneous.
where did I go wrong? And then she left.
Yeah, why did I raise
Like,
this
Mom,
little idiot?
aren't you going to finish Thanksgiving dinner?
Just goes to the bathroom and cries.
But now this story, this is about a car. To set it up,
There's 4 wheels.
yeah, 4
2
wheels,
doors.
4 doors.
Oh, doors.
After film
money.
school, I moved back home with my mom, and I got a job at a construction company.
Mm-hmm.
And during this tenure, later in the season, I finally saved up enough money and paid off my debt to buy a car.
What'd you do as the job in construction?
I was on a variety, almost every single crew available. I was during the point of this story, I was on an asphalt crew, which fucking sucked. That was the down point of it.
Especially in the heat.
Oh, it's awful. And during that point, I started growing a beard. I'm just done with life. I was getting kind of depressed because
Yeah,
this job was shit.
Yeah.
Worked with a bunch of crackheads, and they're all miserable.
Bunch
So
of
I'm
can people.
Until they get back on crack when the show's over. Then they're fantastic.
Maybe 2 weeks before this incident happened, before I grew the beard, I was working on a different crew where we were doing like base work, and my car was parked on a street in an industrial zone, and I guess a large truck turned and fucking ripped my mirror off and scraped my quarter panel to shit. And this is like, I just bought this car maybe 2 weeks ago.
What did the driver do? Just hang out the window and say, sorry.
No, I didn't even
man.
see him.
Student
He's
driver.
gone.
Go fuck yourself.
Fuck your shitty
I would
old
get that fixed if
Civic.
I were you.
You know,
Fuck your shitty old neon.
You just reminded me of this. I was driving, and I was literally in a lane where I kind of got caught in the far lane that was just turned onto the highway, like went on from Grandview right onto the highway. And I realized, fuck, I'm stuck in this lane. I got to get out into that other way. Traffic's pretty heavy.
Gotta get on the sidewalk.
Make my own lane.
Yeah, the fucking way. I'll cut your fucking face off.
Well, I didn't want to go on the highway. What do you expect?
Jesus, officer. Right beside me is one of the handy darts, you know, like the short buses.
Oh, yeah. And the drivers are always assholes.
Oh, this guy pulls the most douchebag thing ever, where I look over and we make eye contact. So I'm like, sweet.
Did you kind of give him the kind of hand
And I
motion?
give him the
you wanna let
finger
me in?
back and forth. Yeah, like
yeah.
I want to get in. And he looks at me and then just turns back to the road as if I wasn't there.
Oh, I've had bus drivers do that when I'm trying to catch a bus.
Oh, at least give me the finger. Or just mouth, fuck you. So I know where we stand. But that's so fucking
When you're
passive.
doing that with your hand, like, what does he think you're doing? Trying to do sign language, saying, "Hey, way to go"?
Having a stroke! Having a stroke! Having a stroke!
Hey, you and me, we should hook up.
You just
Yeah. We should meet up now.
Yeah.
Just give him kissy face.
Yeah. Hey.
follow me on the highway.
Yeah. So the guy broke off my mirror.
Yes.
So it took me a while because I was working 6 days a week, 12 to 14 hours a day. So I had no time to fix my mirror. I duct taped it on, and it was pretty shoddy and shitty. But
I wish you used like masking tape. You just couldn't find.
don't have any
Electric-
time to buy other
Yeah.
shit.
You grab a stapler. It's not working.
But yeah, I finally there's a rain day, and this is once I get onto the asphalt crew and my life has gone downhill, getting kind of depressed. So I grow the beard, and the beard is really quite grisly and despicable. And my mom really despises it because I was living with her at the time. Like, Cody, that's a hideous beard.
Mothers hate
Don't-
beards.
Don't just shave it off, please.
A really raggedy beard is a symbol of failure. It really is.
This one
It's
was patchy and
It's
weird.
one notch up from a really raggedy neck beard.
This
Oh, yeah.
it
Then
wasn't
you
the
just-
neck.
You
beard.
look at a guy like that and you just think, man, you failed in life.
Yeah.
Well,
Really, that's a symbol of
the-
I gave up.
The way my
And Dungeons and
facial
Dragons
hair
is awesome.
grows is the mustache is blonde, along with parts of the sides, but all the bottom it's really dark black. So it doesn't work well for a full-grown beard because then you can't see the upper part, but you can just see the neck beard.
You almost have a battle of facial hair,
I know it's
a standoff. As you
it
will.
kind of meets around the chin.
When you meet your stylist, you're like, listen, Hernando, I want you to dye the top part black. Maybe a number 7 brown for the mustache. We're going to keep the bottom the same with some highlights in the lower
I'm feeling a
parts.
little blonde on the sides. What do you think? I don't know.
You think like
Dyeing
streaks.
my beard that would totally get my ass
Just
kicked by
multiple
the
colors on your
crackheads.
beard, and someone looks
That would work
fabulous.
out well with it. So I had a day off. So I find a wrecking yard where they like have cars where you can pull parts off of, and it's not too far away from the city I was living in. It's a place called Dimsdale,
You're living in Cantown.
Cantown, called Grand Prairie, Alberta.
Cantown to
What
me
shithole.
sounds like what Americans would call Canada in a disrespectful.
Yeah.
Driving up to Cantown,
We're going to Cantown.
see
Go
sights
kick
in
some
Toronto.
people with health care. So this Dimsdale town, it's actually
Dimsdale.
That's the name of the town. It's actually a Hutterite community.
Did they have a lot of pickle factories?
No.
Sorry.
I get to the town.
John didn't even address that. He just kept looking at you. Fuck you, John.
I was
you
trying
have
to get-
so many bad jokes too. So
What?
Dimsdale.
Oh, Dimsdale. I was going on
Dimsdale.
See, I was going on like dim people, and like it was a stupid town.
Well, there are
And then I was
ignorant
trying to
people
put pickles.
that work in pickle factories.
Well, and then you said, what was it? It's a what?
You're not gonna have intelligent people work in pickle factories. I'm sorry.
Maybe.
No intelligent person works in a pickle factory. That's why they work in a pickle
You're
factory.
insulting people right now.
I don't care.
I don't. What?
I
I
might
don't even
know
know
someone.
what
They all have raggedy beards and they work in a
so
pickle.
crack.
You know, it takes effort to make a pickle. It does.
All right, so you're in Dimsdale.
Dimsdale,
Where
ruled
they
by the
don't make
Hutterites.
pickles.
They don't make pickles.
No.
What do they make there? What are they known for?
Well, the only main reason why people go to Dimsdale is for this auto
It's to
wrecking
leave
yard.
Dimsdale.
There's no
And then you
escape
get
from
out and you go.
Dimsdale.
Just a passerby town.
It's a Hutterite town. Whatever Hutterites do, I don't know.
Hutterites?
Yeah, they're like Mennonites.
It's a sect of the Flying Spaghetti Monster Church.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that's how it originated.
What are Hutterites?
They're similar to Mennonites, but it's like a religious, I don't know, maybe a cult. I don't
Who's their leader?
know. Some guy with a hat.
Hey, that's how the
Pretty
Catholic
much.
religion started.
That's how they all start.
He had a
It's
white
always some
brimmed
guy with a big
hat,
hat.
It
and
always
he
starts
told
with a
them
really
to
nice
farm
hat.
really
It does.
well. They're actually masterful farmers. They're really good at killing cattle.
I don't know that makes you a good farmer.
Well, a
that's
good
not-
rancher.
I would say
Because then
keeping
they have
cattle
no
alive.
mercy.
We're good murderers.
Killing cattle makes you a good butcher. Keeping the cattle alive makes
No,
you
but
a good rancher.
killing them in a way where they maximize profit and all that shit.
All right, so you're in Dimsdale.
Um,
We've been stuck on Dimsdale for a good 20 minutes.
It
Let's-
does feel like you can't get out of it.
There's no escape.
You're even stuck in the town telling the story. That's how bad this town is.
It's I get to the auto wrecker yard, and there's a car blocking the entrance, and no one is there.
That doesn't
And
sound good.
so I walk around, I knock on like all the doors of the little shack where you pay for your parts,
Yep.
and no one seems to be there. So I like look around. I can see a neon not too far from where I am.
Why do you have this kind of niche of finding isolated, abandoned towns and areas? Where do you find these places, and how? I don't know how you.
Well, this
someone
one was
gets-
on Google Earth.
It feels
I
like
don't know.
you live in the first 20 minutes of a horror film.
a Stephen
Where
King
you're the guy
film.
who's always like, there's no one
Yeah.
here. Maybe I'll head inside. Oh, look,
Check
a
it out.
skull in a bottle.
And there's-
Maybe I'll go in first.
You also have to keep in the mood that it's pissing rain right now.
See, you live,
And I am the only. I have not seen anyone in Dimsdale yet.
you live in a horror movie.
Oh, come
then
to
you-
think, I
and-
didn't think about it like this, but I was walking around checking the neighborhood, and I didn't see anybody. All of a sudden,
I just
I
feel like,
knock on the door of this like car garage
Hold
next
on,
door.
Cody. I just picture like when you finally do find someone, it's got to be that crazy old guy that explains
fuck
the
for a
history
hand.
of the town, saying no one's passed around here for about 5 years, and
Or just a guy saying, you do have a pretty mouth.
There was right beside the Dimsdale auto wrecker yard. There was like a large garage. I thought it was a repair garage. It had like signs on it.
It
So I
said
knocked
repair?
on. Yeah, it said repair garage. I knocked on all the
so that's
doors.
a good assumption by you.
Yeah, I was like, "What the fuck? It's a Tuesday, 1 p.m. Why is the wrecking yard and this garage not open?"
You keep saying Tuesday, like you really hate Tuesday, because
Kinda.
that's probably
well,
what
except for
three or four times
Taco
you talk about
Tuesday.
Tu-
That's fun.
Let's see. What about movies? Cheap movies are on
Yeah.
Tuesday. Tuesday's
I always
actually
go
a
on
pretty
Tuesday.
good day.
This
and you're
was-
hating on it.
Well, because this was a shitty Tuesday, especially in Dimsdale.
But Tuesdays,
Dimsdale didn't get the memo that Tuesdays are supposed to be fun. Anyways, I'm knocking on the doors. Like, I knock on all the doors. I'm all getting kind of confused here.
How many doors are there?
There's like a back door, a side door, and then the two garage doors. I
The
knock on
door
all of
leading
them.
to a door.
And I look inside, and there's like cars in there. Just like, what the fuck is going on here? So all of a sudden, a dude just runs past me, behind me.
Like scatters, like. Ch-ch-ch-ch-ch.
Yeah, from the salvage yard to this house.
You just turn like, who do
It's
it?
like, oh, what's
Or
going
you're
on?
a scatter, scatter, scatter.
So I'm like, "Do you work here?" He's like, "No." And he runs into the
Like this
house.
crack pipe.
Are you a can person?
He shuts his door and then shuts his second door and latches it.
Jesus.
Get
And I
the
walk up to the
fuck
door
out
and I
of
knock on it.
Because that's exactly what he wants you to do. He just barricaded himself in his house, thinking you're a threat, and you walk up to the door and start banging on it, going, "Hey, what are you doing in there?
Hey, hey, can you help me? And I didn't hear
Want some
anything.
sugar?"
Just see a fucking mirror. Ah! So I go back.
Because that'll make him open the door.
Yell and
Give me the
Well, if you
mirror.
put it that way, sorry,
I
sir.
can see it. Please help me, you fucking Hutterites. I'm
can't do it.
done with Dimsdale. So I go back to my car. I hop in. I drive around Dimsdale.
Wait a minute! Whoa! So what the fuck was he running from?
He's running from me, apparently.
From his beard.
No,
Cody had that
there is
weird
a lot to this
multicolored
story.
beard.
It's about to get pretty fucking creepy, actually.
Okay.
This could be a horror movie, maybe. Anyways, I go back to my car. I drive around Dimsdale. It's just like 2 blocks of random houses and a bunch of garbage in a corner.
Dogs just wandering around.
Yeah, that I didn't see any humans, just myself cruising around.
Just newspaper floating in the air.
very
I'm trying
eerie.
to visualize this. Rundown buildings.
I get to
An
the
old lady polishing a rifle, laughing crazily on her porch while she's
Yeah.
on a rocking chair.
animal hides drying in front yards.
Okay.
That type of shit. Anyways, I get to the train
Now I'm
tracks, and I realize, oh, Dimsdale, that's the end of Dimsdale. Beyond that, just farms. So I do an apparent illegal U-turn on the train tracks where no one is, and I start driving back towards the highway.
You probably just stopped, looked around, thinking, okay, now I can.
I could do this. I can get away with this.
Yeah.
But anyways, I go past the house again.
Knocked on the door again?
No, I drive
Maybe
past.
one more day.
And then all of a sudden, this truck turns out of the house and starts following me to the highway. And then he's following me really closely, and I start looking behind me. He's like, "Well, this is interesting."
Was it the guy?
I think so. Yes. I get to the highway and I start driving down it, and I start to speed up actually because I'm getting a bit worried.
Sorry, I just gotta say, because nobody can see this, Sean and I are both looking at Cody like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really creepy.
You read me
shit.
correct.
Yeah.
So I get to I lived in the country at that point. So I get to the junction where I turn off. I turn off, and this fucker keeps following me down a dirt road where there is nothing but houses. There's nowhere for him to go. So
Except to you.
yeah.
The story is going to end that he cut Cody's face off, and that's him sitting right here, right now.
So I finally I get home and pull up the driveway. I walk into my house, and the truck comes to the intersection where my house branches off. I can see the intersection from my picture window, and I go and look at my picture window to see this guy is there.
Through
What
the
is he
picture
doing
window?
there? So I just close the blinds, like fuck
the
this
picture
guy.
window.
No, my mom is still home, and my
some crazy guys outside. Maybe you should check it out.
That's just your
well, I
Uncle
didn't
Lou.
mention it to her because I didn't want to like worry her or anything. I didn't want to be like, I don't want to put you into some crazy tantrum here, mother. But this guy has been following me. I didn't want to do that.
How crazy that'd be if he came up to your door and you answer and he goes, "Cody, I'm your biological father."
So I shut the blinds. I start watching TV, probably SpongeBob or something colorful. And I open up the blinds again, and the truck is gone. It's like 10 minutes later. So he's gone. It's fine.
You open up the blinds and literally the headlights are right in front of the window. Whoa! The car's just right up.
I'd say 15 minutes later, I get a knock on my door. And there's 2 police officers there.
What?
And I answer the door. They ask me, we would like to talk to the person who owns the silver Dodge Neon. I was like, I'm him. I was like, come with us, please. And they actually
Should have been like,
handcuffed
I don't
me,
think so.
They
put me in the back of the police car, and start asking me questions like, were you around auto wrecking yard earlier today? It's like, yeah, I went there to try and find a mirror for my car. I looked around, no one
Can you
was
just
there.
ask me, like, you could ask me this question inside? I have tea.
No, but he was like,
Hey, you guys want to watch SpongeBob?
and my mom is upstairs. Now she sees a police
Oh,
car.
So you didn't explain any of this to her, and her first
No.
introduction to the whole thing is, oh, there's Cody in a cop car outside.
He just comes running out with a rolling pin. What are you doing, my son?
No, she actually came out and knocked on the window, and the other police officer started talking to her.
And put her in handcuffs. Now you're beside each other. Well,
So I go through the questions explaining the story I just said, and then they're like, apparently you made an illegal U-turn
Oh, no way!
and you were speeding.
What?
Well, I was like,
Because it was a hillbilly.
yeah, there was a
Cop
creep
guy
behind me following me, and he's very creepy looking. So I was like,
The cop's
I
like,
don't
yeah,
wanna go.
that was me. You're really handsome now that I see you go close.
And then he drove off
I
with
think I
me
will come
clawing
in
at
for
the window. That would be a very creepy ending.
So this psycho in the pickup truck didn't call the cops on you. Somebody else.
No, the psycho in the pickup truck did.
What a dude.
And on well,
How
I
bored
think,
is this guy?
and
Okay, so-
on like hanging around the yard and everything.
Oh, what a weirdo.
He
Okay.
called the cops, obviously,
Although
and
I
then
think we can
jetted off.
we can safely say that if
investigate.
you own and operate and live in a wrecking yard, you're
socially
that,
awkward.
Yeah, you're not that functional.
And you live in
Yeah.
Dimsdale.
Dimsdale, yeah, as a Hutterite too.
Just eating pickles. Yeah, that's right, your officer. A U-turn.
So, anyways, they let me go, and we kind of joke about it. This is kind of a weird situation. It's like, yeah, we just had to do it though because this guy he seemed very frightened about you. I went back inside. My mom freaked out on me. He's like, "What the hell was that? Why were you arrested?"
raised you better than that.
Yeah, I thought you were the good child. She came to the conclusion it was because of my beard. It's that rugged beard of yours. You have to shave it.
I told you you're gonna get arrested over that.
Gotta get rid of that beard. So I
This
went.
is Dimsdale. Everyone's clean shaven.
We didn't want
Sorry.
to arrest your son, man, but
The beard.
Beard.
So I took a shower and I shaved the beard. Now it's all pretty enhanced. And later that day, I told my my stepdad, and he was like, "Yeah, don't you know that place is ruled by a fucking crazy lunatic? Everyone who goes there and there has to deal with this bullshit. You should know better, Cody."
It's like people usually don't return.
Yeah,
You're a hero.
Yeah.
I like this one. It's
I
pretty funny.
have to say, Cody, I thoroughly enjoy your stories.
Yeah.
I want you back on a regular basis.
I will never go on a
Weirdest
road
stories.
trip with you,
Oh,
but I
come
want to
on.
hear the story.
Hey, wasn't that a lot of fun? Oh, the memories. You can find us online at www.seanandjohn.com. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at John Sobey. You can find Sean on Instagram at McGreevySean44, and you can even find Cody on Instagram at North of North. So next week we will have a brand new guest, and will be none of this repeat bullshit. Until then, goodbye, lovers.